I hear people say, well, I was bad last weekend, so I'm going to be sure and eat my fruits and vegetables on Monday. Kind of make sure those vitamins are getting in there. We manicure, we pedicure, we haircut, go to a salon. Skincare is huge, huge. There's so many skincare products out there, it's mind-boggling. We do all of these things for our body. And I believe, it is my belief, we take the mind for granted. That it's there, that it's going to take care of itself. Of course it's going to think. Of course it's going to add. Of course it's going to help you read and see. But what are we nurturing it with? And this is such a big deal because we have a lot of people, and I am no expert, but when I read the news, when I look at all the articles, when I do my research, I hear that mental illness is huge. It's a huge, important factor out there. They talk about depression. They talk about the unfortunate things that happen to people where they were isolated and they became depressed, and kids. They talk about students that because they couldn't have exposure to their friends, to their sports, to the outside, that was getting to them. The one thing that was getting to them, and is how it was getting to them, was their mind. No one was prepared for that. No one knew what to feed kids and their mind other than they get up, they have breakfast, they go to school, they play sports, they come home, they go outside and play, maybe they ride a bike. Those are all energetic, interactive things. And when you rip that out from someone and just one day you're not doing that anymore, it was so selfish to have that happen to kids. And people say, oh, well, that, it's better that than they would have gotten sick. Well, I understand that. Okay. So what are you going to do besides put them in front of a computer? What else are you going to make sure that they do to save their souls? Is it music? Is it dance? Is it craft? Is it art? Is it getting them everything that they need to express themselves as a painter? As are you making sure that they're physically doing things in the house? And no one knew what to do. No, many people, not everyone, but many people were at a complete loss as to what to do. So let's say you had a 12 or 13-year-old who'd been living a certain lifestyle all of their life. I don't care what country. I don't care what color. All of their life, they had been used to doing something, and that now, through no fault of their own, because they are still at an age when they need certain things taken care of, anything that mattered to them was taken away. Anything that mattered. And so there's that certain group of our population that I think will affect our future for years and years and years and years, because they were short. They were robbed of things. When you find out that, for example, if you find out you have heart disease, they give you medications to help you, whether it's high blood pressure or things for your cholesterol or whatever. So you and your doctor plan and prepare on what it's going to take to help you to get better. No one was planning. No one was preparing as to what would. A lot of good parents out there, don't misunderstand me, But I believe that there were a lot of people out there that were just like, well, nobody trained us even as parents or educators on what to do. And I believe we need to get back to basics. That technology and all of that is wonderful. But when you're a student and you're doing that all day long, or you're working from home, and now everything that you do is interacting with that laptop, that computer, all the live long day, well, you have to have a counterbalance, because we were entertaining ourselves through our laptops, our iPhones, and those sort of things. But there are certain portions of our brain that were not being tapped into. And I think that if we get back, I believe we could get back to basics. The books that I'm going to publish, of course, they'll be online, but I'm also going to be selling in print. There's nothing like getting intimate with a book. It's in your hand. You can smell it. You read it. The pages smell a certain way. If it's from the library, you think about the people that have read it before you. Did they enjoy it the same way you did? But to create with our hands, whether it's art or writing, using our phones for not just silly TikTok videos or Snapchat or whatever, really create movies and theater and things like that, so that these kids or these young folks, these teenagers or young, people with their brains being formed are doing things that are creative and giving them what they call an outlet. I think it's very important that we take a look at that. Everything also, the other thing is that to me, what I was getting overwhelmed with is I told you about all the different projects and all the different things that I wanted to do. It doesn't all have to be done at once. In fact, it can't be. When you get overwhelmed, say that to yourself. Everything doesn't have to be done all at once. In fact, it can't be. You can't do everything at once. If you even tried it, something is going to alter and fail. So you have to structure. Okay, I can do everything, but just not all at the same time. So for me, if it's writing and recording and producing, I have a lot of projects and a lot of things that I want to do, but I have to focus on those certain things in an order. And I can plan. And when you plan and some hiccup comes along the way and just busts you right in the right side of your jaw and says, oh, this is in your life now, you can always go back to a plan. If you don't have a plan or a thought process, that's how we get lost. We take maps on trips. We have GPS now. We need direction. Create your own direction. Say what you would like to do. Try to do those things. But always be open for things to go wrong, to learn something new, and to allow yourself, when they go wrong, to say, at least I'm trying. At least I'm trying. It's so much better, and you'll gain so much more from your life if you just do those things. I started this out with saying it's kind of like a little message to myself, because I can get distracted. Creative people struggle with this. I can get distracted. I can find failure easily within what I'm trying to do. But I keep, like that child, keep picking myself back up, kind of touching the side of the wall if I get a little weak. Gotta have something to help me up. Stumble along the way, fall on my knees, crawl for a little bit, but I will always get back up every single time. Every time. And maybe it's a different pattern. Maybe it's a different path. You know, you're on a trip. You know, you're going from here. You know, just say you're in Ohio and you're going from Ohio to Florida. And there is a straight shot that you have planned and you know you want to get there in 3 days or 4 days or whatever it is. But something along the way, wait a second. Maybe we want to go over there and see that. Or a flat tire. That might take an hour to fix. Now you're off on your schedule a little bit. But you get back up and you get back in the car, right? It sounds simple. It sounds like I already knew that. But so many of us have so much frustration because it did happen. There was a flat tire. There was an accident. There was something. Somebody got sick. And we had to stay in the hotel that night because that person was sick. So now we're a day off. And now that's going to alter the time we get there. And we won't get as much time at the beach. I know. I've been there. But when you take those vacation opportunities and apply them to your life as, we got through it, we had a good time, we came back, and we're refreshed. I know sometimes I've been on vacations where I wasn't that refreshed when I came back, but that's another day. Expect the unexpected. Accept to not expect. Give yourself a chance. It's been a challenging year. Now we're all ready and we want to come running out of the gates and we want to do things, but there's a lot of people that, you know, they may have to reinvent their wheel. They may have to figure out how they're going to move forward. We had a lot of struggle, a lot of breakups, divorces. People were sad. People were depressed from what this last year has done to us. So my recommendation is just, you don't have to do what I say, you know, just kind of consider it. It was a great message to myself for sure. This is Bev. This is the Bev D Show. And it turned out to be this beautiful blue sky day with some patchy clouds. It was supposed to rain all day, so the sun does come out tomorrow. It came out today. Anyhow, hey, again, Bev, this is the Bev D Show. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for the kick in the ass to tell me to get back on here and do my thing from those people that have sent me emails and messages. I really appreciate it. I believe God sends messengers in many different ways, and sometimes you don't even realize it's happening. So, but anyway, have a wonderful weekend, and if you think nobody loves you out there, I do. Have a great day.